So on my last video, there was a comment that really stood out to me, and it was somebody who was asking other people if they feel delusional through the twin flame journey. And I wanted to come and speak about it, okay? Because this is not an uncommon feeling, and in fact, there's not one person that's on a true twin flame journey that hasn't felt delusional on some level. Okay, so you have to understand that when you meet your twin flame, you then go through a series of spiritual awakening and ego death. Okay, it's a part of the journey. You do a lot of inner healing. You are faced with a lot of your own inner demons and your own toxic traits, and they come up so you can heal them, right? But you have to understand that feeling delusional on the twin flame journey, that is your ego fighting with your intuition. You are tapping into your intuition and you are learning. And I say learning because you don't just meet your twin flame, then wake up and you automatically trust your intuition and you just know what to do. You naturally, when you're tapping into your intuition, you naturally are going to be hesitant at the start because it's so against everything that we know as human, okay? We have been conditioned to not follow our intuition and to not trust our inner faith. In fact, we have been conditioned to rely on other people. There's a lot of people, majority of people, they get a lot of downloads, okay? They get a lot of inner guidance, but they don't listen to it. But if somebody else says it to them, then that's when they will listen. That's why you will notice that a lot of the time, the people that you tend to trust will end up telling you things, okay? Telling you things that, for example, things that you've been thinking, okay, or things that you want to do, somebody will randomly say it to you. And that's because we naturally look up to other people and we naturally trust other people over ourselves, and that's how we've been conditioned. So when we meet our twin flame and this series of spiritual awakenings happen and ego death, your ego and your intuition are now fighting, okay? And when you start overthinking and entertaining your ego, now I just want to mention that the ego is not a bad thing. The ego has a bad reputation, okay? The ego is there to protect you, so naturally the ego is going to come in and do what it does best and start asking you questions like, start kind of putting doubts into your mind. What if questions, okay? That's how you know that your ego is talking. You will always, so when you are following your intuition, it's usually the first thought that comes up, right? But then you get a lot of what if that's not true, or what if this, what if that. That is your ego, okay? Your ego questioning your intuition, okay? And again, your ego is there to protect you. So you have to understand that when you feel delusional in the twin flame journey, that is your ego kind of gaslighting you, right? I just need 414. That is your ego coming in trying to protect you, asking you these questions, and then you are entertaining it and overthinking. Okay? So you have to understand that it's not uncommon to feel delusional. Now, what happens sometimes is people will convince themselves that they are delusional. Okay, I see it a lot where people are on a twin flame journey and they end up watching the 3D, relying on the 3D, looking at the twin flame or the divine counterpart from a 3D point of view, watching what they're doing in the 3D, and because of that, they get really angry or they get really upset, and then they convince themselves that they're delusional, right? And then they get off their spiritual journey, which again, we all have free will. So just because you've met your twin flame doesn't mean that you're going to, you know, go through the journey. Because some people, it's a very hard journey. I'm not going to say it's not easy, okay? And it takes a lot of determination, and, you know, it takes a lot of work on yourself, having faith in your intuition, right? Kind of, it takes a lot of resilience, inner resilience, okay? And it also makes you very resilient. But a lot of people, they give up, okay, because they think that they're delusional, when that is really just your ego and everything that you've been taught questioning your intuition, right? Do you know how many times that I questioned my intuition, right? Especially on the start of my journey. I would question my intuition even though I'm psychic and like I'm really psychic, right? But I would question it. And that would just keep me in this loop. That would just keep me stuck. And every single time that I took the leap of faith, and followed my intuition, amazing things happened. Like all the time. Your intuition is literally there to guide you. Okay? And it is unfamiliar at the start. You have to get used to it. I just seen 7-Eleven. You need to practice following your intuition and having faith. Okay? You need to understand that this is a spiritual experience that cannot be explained in the 3D. So if you are, you know, looking for answers in the 3D about your twin flame connection, I'm sorry, but you're just going to end up confused, and you're going to end up feeling like you're delusional. Okay, because twin flame journeys are never easy. They are very 5D, and in the 3D, usually it's not even spoken about. Like true twin flame journeys, you know, you usually don't even speak about it. It's usually like an unsaid connection. So it's really confusing, and it forces you to follow your intuition, listen to your intuition. Okay? This journey is a catalyst for you to have faith in yourself and faith in your intuition, and to tap into your own spiritual gift and tap into your soul purpose. It rarely even has anything to do with the other person because they're on their journey, right? But this person and this journey is just a catalyst to tap you into the highest version of you, and for you to remember that you are a spiritual being, and for you to remember your spiritual gift. Okay? So again, following your intuition just doesn't happen overnight. It is something that you need to practice, and it's also kind of like manifestation, right? If you, on your manifestation journey, if you guys, you know, I'm sure you guys are, if you guys are on a manifestation journey, you will end up noticing that you feel delusional at the start, okay? Especially like you're telling yourself things that haven't, you know, happened yet. You're going to feel delusional, okay? But then that you notice that it happens. That's how it happens. Like at the start, when you're manifesting something, you're going to feel delusional because your logical mind is coming in trying to fight this. Okay, so say you're trying to manifest, I don't know, like $1 million, right? When you're saying like that you're a millionaire, or like, you know, I am a millionaire or whatever, or I have $1 million in the bank, right? You're going to feel delusional, okay? But the more that you say it, the more that you become familiar with it, and then the more that you actually do manifest things, the more that you have faith in it. Okay, so you have to understand that yes, you're going to feel delusional, but that is going to help you grow faith in your own intuition. Okay, so I hope that this covered that question and it helped you guys. If it did, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any other questions that you want me to answer, let me know in the comments as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video.